Hello,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm fine.
Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
Um, can you please tell me about yourself a little bit?
Sure. I'm of course Preeti, and I had my education in India. I did my doctorate in social sciences, and throughout my college life and my degree, I was involved with communities. I like to, all my research or studies were very action based, very grassrooted, and I worked with communities and to, especially with people, what are their barriers to in employment. In fact, that was my research too, and I worked with communities to research and find answers to that. And eventually, I moved to Canada. I worked with World March of Women on, again, a community organization. And then I lived in Toronto. I had a baby, and then I moved to BC, where I worked with CIBC and JP Morgan, and I worked with customers, about their, the irate customers. They needed so much information to deal with them. So, this kind of work is something that really excites me, to be with people, to solve the problems. And I'm so glad I'm here with your organization, because now I can do that formally and with the communities directly.
Very nice, very nice.
Thank you.
Going to a different topic, can you tell me some of your greatest weaknesses or one weakness?
Sure. Well, honestly, with weaknesses, when I was working with communities here, even though I was working with the banks, I'm involved with the, community groups here in BC. And then I found here, I bumped into people having so many issues related to jobs, and I would informally guide them, but I felt like there's something lacking. I need to know more. And what I did, I went ahead and did this career development practitioner's course. And now I'm formally trained. I'm well equipped. I have all the knowledge and, the resources. And I'm here with your organization, doing this interview, talking to you. Hopefully, I will work. And I think I see myself doing and helping people, in a really better way, in a more structured way, and I think I can definitely make a difference in their life, um, better than before.
Speaking of differences, can you tell me about a time when you made a huge difference in someone's life or a group of people?
Sure. As I was telling you, when I worked in India, I actually worked with a lot of community groups. When we were, women, they were having the challenge. They are all self-employed women, but connecting them to the market, there are so many barriers to that. And I was actively engaged in capacity building, training them, doing workshops, writing projects for them, getting funding so that these groups can be self-sustained. And I think at that phase of life I made a huge difference, because it's like a movement now. And um, and not only that, when I came to Canada, I carried that passion to work for the community. Even though I was with the banks helping customers, I actually volunteered. I'm on the board of, India Club and Acorn. And so, I found that, there is a need in the community here to keep our youth motivated. And then, because there are so many challenges to work in teams, and I worked with different projects, like, community projects, where, for instance, I trained we were doing a program, and there was a whole group of, a performance that about 30 people. There are singers, artists, and all of us working in a drama. And uh, and then 4 5 of people, they couldn't show up. Now there are hundreds of people that were going to watch this show. And and then, we would have had to cancel it. But I stayed motivated and kept, retrained within an hour some people to go up on stage, perform. And it was such a, a situation where it could have let us down, but we were having a blast on stage. People applauded.
Yeah.
And people were saying, "Oh my God, Preeti, how could you do that?" So I think I enjoy working with teams, working, taking on the challenge, and motivating people to be out there and be successful. And I think I will be able to do that with my clients here as well.
Very nice. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
And we'll get back to you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.